China further inflamed tensions in the South China Sea, announcing plans to establish a nature reserve on the disputed Scarborough Shoal. The shoal sits within the internationally recognized exclusive economic zone of the Philippines. Manila called the plan patently illegal, claiming it's a clear pretext towards eventual occupation. China's claim to almost the entire South China Sea, including the Scarborough Shoal, was rejected by the Permanent Court of Arbitration in 2016. However, Beijing has attempted to take control by force, using grey zone tactics like water cannon and ramming. Tensions have been particularly high for the past month since an embarrassing collision between two Chinese vessels which were attempting to ram a Philippine boat. The Philippine Foreign Ministry said it will be issuing a formal diplomatic protest against the illegitimate and unlawful action by China. The Philippines and Japan's Joint Defense Pact came into effect yesterday, boosting military cooperation between the nations. Enabling the deployment of their armed forces to serve in each other's countries, the goal is to enhance interoperability and familiarize with each other's operating environments. A reaction to increased pressure felt from Beijing in both Manila and Tokyo, cooperation between the Philippines and Japan has rapidly advanced in the past year. Also under discussion are the procurement of destroyers and the transfer of air surveillance radar systems, according to the Japanese defense minister. But this support also goes beyond military activities, with Japan reaffirming its support for Philippine infrastructure projects, including bridges, flood prevention, and maritime projects. China has been operating illegal oil rigs within Taiwan's exclusive economic zone, according to the Jamestown Foundation, a continuation of its grey zone tactics in and around the South China Sea. Through July and August, at least 12 permanent or semi-permanent structures and multiple ships were detected inside Taiwan's EEZ. According to the Jamestown Foundation, oil rigs now constitute part of Beijing's multi-dimensional campaign to undermine Taiwan's sovereignty, which also includes cognitive, legal, and economic warfare. These grey zone tactics, gradual encroachment without overt military force, are a continuation of Beijing's playbook around the South China Sea, similar to the creation of artificial islands and bases. They're also the main factor pushing countries like Japan, Taiwan, and the Philippines into closer coordination with each other and the US. Canadian and Australian warships sailed through the Taiwan Strait over the weekend, drawing condemnation from Beijing, which called it a provocation. The transit is part of regular maritime activity by Western nations, reinforcing freedom of navigation, with Canada saying the ships conducted a routine transit through the Taiwan Strait, in line with international law. However, Beijing, with its extensive claims of ownership in the region, considers the strait part of its territorial waters. The PLA said the actions of the Canadians and Australians send the wrong signals and increase security risks.